Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by Bronx. This is Tarot Talk. These are Tarot Tings, and I'm your host, Boogie down Bronx, and I'm here to take care of the Virgo. Virgo, if you are new to the channel, welcome. This reading can resonate for you. If you have Virgo as a Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, or South Node sign. Quick shout out to my Patreon. This reading was released early access, Virgo. I know it's been some time. I did the last Virgo reading kind of early in June as well, so it's going to be early in July. But all my readings now from this point forward are early access first, and then they go on YouTube. So if you're on the Patreon, you're watching this early access. If you're not, subscribe for early access and exclusive content that I do not put on YouTube. All right. So Virgo, let's get into it. There's not too many significant transits happening in regards to you. I would say the main significant one is Saturn retrograde and Pisces opposite your Virgo placements. But otherwise, you're probably feeling the other effects of different things if you got like fixed energy or cardinal with Pluto retrograde and Venus going retrograde. So we're going to tap into your Blunt Truth Oracle and see what it is that you need to hear. Also, shout out to my September Virgos. I'm a September Virgo. Check out the Etsy to get you a shirt. I don't know if I put August Virgos on there yet, but September Virgo is definitely up there. All right, let's see what we got for you, Virg. We got fact check and we got dead end. All right. So this is how we're starting out. Ignore my nail. This nail that broke. Okay, fact check. Fact check. Let's see. What can we clarify? You know, Virgos, we love the facts. Love to stick to the facts of a story. What is fact check, please? Okay, wait. I don't know if this was meant to come out. I'm gonna put that back in. Oh, we have happening quickly. What is fact check? Ooh, whoa. What is fact check in regards to for Virgo? Daddy issues. Okay. And what about dead end? What about dead end for Virgo? What about dead end for Virgo? Abundance flowing in. You've had this abundance flowing in for quite some time. Quite some time. Mommy issue. Okay, this is like a repeat of the freaking Leo reading. What the heck is going on here with the mommy and daddy stuff? Okay, weird. Because literally the last time, it was like when I did Leo. If you have Leo placements, you should probably watch the Leo reading too. But I pulled either mommy or daddy issue first. And I was like, okay, can we clarify the mommy or daddy issues? And then it was like the other card. So same here for you. Mommy and daddy issues showing up for some reason. Yeah, I don't really know what it's saying yet. We're gonna let's keep going. Oh wait, let me do your shadow work card first. Let me do that first because I forget to do it sometimes. All right, Spirit, what is hidden from Virgo? And hopefully this reading starts to make sense because there's no real correlation yet. All right, what is it that's hidden from Virgo, or what is the shadow work that Virgo needs to work on? We have Knight of Cups in reverse. Knight of Cups in reverse. All right, let's see what my shadow work deck says about that energy. All right, Knight of Cups in reverse. Follow your passion, pursue your dreams. Reversed, jealousy, possessiveness, and anger. I'm wondering. I'm kind of getting this thing because of the mommy and daddy issues here. And there's been a lot of repetitive readings for you, Virgo, where you have new opportunities coming up, new things going on, opportunities to move forward in a different way. But for some reason, you keep stopping yourself due to like maybe how other people are going to think or how they're going to feel, or you got so many other people to rely on you, whatever the case may be. But Knight of Cups in reverse is about following your dreams and pursuing whatever it is you want to pursue. But for some reason, you're getting stuck in doing that. Like you're not going forward in it wholeheartedly, or like something is stopping you. Don't know exactly what that is, whether it's internally or externally. Okay. Well, let's continue on for where Virgo is hitting a dead end here. Where's Virgo hitting a dead end? Is it family? What is this about? Where is Virgo hitting a dead end? You have house or move. Some of you want to get out of your environment, or you want to live somewhere else. Life purpose, a dead end, and what you're here for. For some of you, I think for some of you, Virgos, living for other people for so long, and now you're finally living for yourself, and you're just kind of like stuck, and you're like, I don't know what it is I truly want, or what I want to do for me at this point. What else? Where else is Virgo hitting a dead end? Still angry or hurt about what? Because the Knight of Cups reversed did point to anger as well. Where else is Virgo hitting a dead end? Self-sabotage. Can we clarify still angry or hurt for Virgo? Can we clarify still angry or hurt for Virgo? Promotion or raise? Inner child trauma. Yeah, there's like, this is just like kind of like a weird reading. I'm trying to put it together. I'm trying to put the puzzle pieces together. But it is correlating to something going on internally that is stopping you from being able to like fully live out your dreams, or you might be still angry at something that happened to you. Could be as a child or at some point in your past, inner child trauma that is now really inflicting pain on you and stopping you from being able to like full-fledged, wholeheartedly go forward in some way. And so that is something that you're still trying to come to terms with, that maybe in your past, certain things have happened to you, which it makes it hard for you to not sabotage them, right? So there could be a lot of deep-rooted insecurities because of your relationship with your parents, your caregivers, that cause you a lot of like perfectionism. It causes you to self-sabotage, to not go forward and do what you need to do. So there is some type of like resentment, right, that is coming up here. There's resentment towards either yourself for missing out on things because you've sabotaged, or there's resentment towards family that's hurt you, or people in your past that have inflicted trauma upon you, right? And so you're trying to figure out a way to work around that is like the main message that's coming up here. Let's see if we can get any more insight about this, because it's the energy, the message is all over the place. Y'all, I'm stuck in this reading. Okay, so what's the advice for Virgo with all this happening right now? What is the advice for Virgo at this time with this energy that's coming out? What is the advice for Virgo with this? What is the advice for Virgo? What is the advice for Virgo? Forgiveness, therapist. Okay. So yeah, again, like there's a lot of internal stuff going on here. And I feel like Virgo, you're getting to this place where you're realizing like that a lot of behaviors you have, a lot of thought patterns you have are of a result of people that you thought cared about you, right? So if this was like your parents or people that raised you or people that were around you, maybe you thought in the past that they were doing the right thing by pushing you and, being hard on you and criticizing you, or maybe not giving you encouragement, like, tough love type of things. But now you're seeing that actually hurts you, like it's harming you, it's working against you, because you're like overly critical of yourself, or maybe you're very judgmental of yourself or even other people. And so there is a need to, like, there's a lot of reflection on like ways you could have been better or ways you could be better, right? And that is something that kind of can be a Virgo's downfall, like being overly critical, whether it be towards others or towards yourself. And so now you're like, okay, how do I forgive myself for not living up to being a perfection of standards of my parents or myself. How do I forgive my parents for putting these types of like perfections on me? So there's a lot going on like within you, right? And therapist, it's encouraging you to talk to somebody who's a professional who can help you work through some beliefs you have, some traumas you have that can help you unlearn some things. Job loss or decrease. So some of you Virgos taking on a lot of extra work opportunities, taking on a lot of extra things to prove something to your parents, to live up to certain expectations of people around you, friends, family, whoever. And it's like you're like feeling maybe resentful or burdened or overworked or burnt out because of this, because you've just kept going. You've just accepted all these invitations and you just keep accepting things that come towards you, even if they don't excite you, you know. You keep initiating things, but it's like all this stuff, like, you know, I try to figure out like, what am I really doing this for? Who am I doing this for? Why am I doing this? So there's a lot of self-reflection here, Virgo, and that could be as a result of Saturn going retrograde and looking at where you're extremely hard on yourself and why you're hard on yourself, and, you know, where you need to maybe soften that approach a bit, and working so hard or 10 times harder than you need to for certain expectations that other people have given to you or that you have given to yourself. So, you know, a lot of self-reflection energy here. You have hidden enemy. So, you know, when you find out who actually was working against you more than you realize, right? It's somebody, for many of you, that wasn't obvious. You know, this could have been like siblings, aunt, somebody that you've been close to for a long time, and you're like, wait, this person is actually not instilling things in me that are super productive for me and my mental health. Or you could have been the hidden enemy who you were like subconsciously putting all this pressure on yourself and trying to be perfect and trying to do all these different things. So now you're like angry, like you're mad or you're hurt at somebody. I don't know if this is like towards yourself or towards somebody specifically, but you're now trying to forgive and come to terms with, okay, now that I realize like where I've been way too hard or to this or to that, too judgmental, like making terms with that. Okay. So let's see what else is coming towards Virgos. Two of Cups in reverse. What else is coming towards Virgos at this time? What else is coming towards Virgos at this time for July? What else is coming towards Virgo with this energy? I'm probably going to clarify the Two of Cups in reverse. Eight of Cups reverse. Why is the Two of Cups in reverse for Virgo? Virgo. Two of Cups in reverse for Virgo. Now we are going into Venus retrograde. So there is a lot of reflection on relationships and how you've showed up and how you've allowed certain people to take advantage of you, or where you've been too hard on others. Like there's a lot to think about here. There's a lot to think about. Anything else in regards to this? Ace of Cups. But yeah, I just keep getting this energy of like, when I see it in my head, like, now we have the Knight of Cups in reversed here again. That can be pointing to some emotional unavailability for you, Virgo, as well. So you may be reflecting on your own unavailability, right? And it's kind of like a huge moment for you, like, wow, I do have these insecurities or these emotional unavailabilities because I didn't have parents who were very loving, or I didn't have a lot of physical affection, or I didn't get a lot of words of encouragement. And so now I struggle to give these things to other people. That's really like the energy that I'm getting from this reading. Oh, now you have the Lover's card upright. So I feel like initially when you realize, right, first you come to this point where you realize like, whoa, I still have to work through my own emotional unavailability. Like maybe I use work to hide behind intimacy or connecting with other people, or I escape my problems doing something physically, or some type of addiction, or helping others helps me escape my own reality. Keep in mind, Virgo opposite of Pisces, both have issues with escapism in different ways. So yeah, initially you realize it and you're like, whoa, okay, I do have these issues with connection with other people, right? And then you start to think of where that came from. Okay, so this came from me not getting this as a child and this trauma happening. And so then there's anger there. So there might be anger at the past, but there's also anger at yourself because you're like, well, why didn't I realize this sooner? I could have been working on it, whatever the case may be. You only know what you know. You know, you don't know what you don't know. So once you find out, all right, you see, there's been disconnections from connection because you weren't available fully or you had some traumas to work through. You see that now, and you're seeing like where things need to be more balanced, or you're seeing where 10 of Cups reversed, there was brokenness in your past or in your family that you're finally fully seeing or fully acknowledging. But now you have a choice. Lover's card is about a choice to make. Could be in love. Ace of Cups, there's always a new start, a new opportunity to start fresh, right? And that can be, all right, I'm going to go to therapy. I'm going to start healing my emotional baggage and my traumas and my wounds. And I'm going to work on not self-sabotaging relationships or different dynamic situations in my life. And saying, I can't change how I've been unavailable previously, but I can change how I show up every relationship from this point on, in friendships, in working relationships, in love relationships. Right? So you've reached a dead end when it comes down to like connection with other people, or like not knowing how to move past a certain point. So it's kind of like you get to a place with relationships, whether it's friendships, whether it's in working, whether it's romantic, you get to this place and it's like it does not move, like it stays there, or you don't have the capacity to move any further. And so that is where Venus retrograde is like, we're going to step back and we're going to show you why this leads to this place every time. And this is how you get over that hurdle. Very similar to what I was telling Leo. But this seems to be very heavily based in your relational life. Okay. So it's like there's a lot of like reality check and looking back at your past and seeing like what has led you to being where you're at right now emotionally and where you have the capacity to be. And some of you are frustrated that you don't have a certain capacity to go beyond a certain point. And so that might make you upset, right? But, you have to meet yourself where you're at and be like, okay, well, I can only work with where I'm at right now. And this can also be the case in meeting other people where they're at and deciding whether that is enough for you. But I feel like this is mostly about you and your capacity and being honest with how much ability you have to connect with other people beyond a certain point, and where you might need to go back to the drawing board with yourself and be like very honest, like, okay, I don't have the capacity to love as much as I thought I could, or be in a relationship, or be a committed friend. And how do I work through that? How do I work on that? All right, so what does Virgo need to surrender? Surrender to effortlessness. Oops. Surrender to effortlessness. Stop pushing so hard. The art of living means going with the flow instead of trying to force the river. And then you have surrender to your full power. Your life is calling for you to step into your full power rather than playing it small. So, like, if you're feeling frustrated, especially generators, you're feeling bitter, projector, you're feeling angry, manifester, you're feeling disappointed, reflector, that's always a sign to step back. Step back. All right, you're pushing too hard to connect, to move forward, to move through. Whenever you can't find a way to push forward, you step back. And, figure out where you have your own self-limiting beliefs about how lovable you are. Because it may not be that you don't have the capacity to love or be fully open necessarily 100%. It could be that you just believe you don't. You believe you can't. You believe you're not able to. So then, therefore, you can't. So, thinking back on how you think about yourself. It all comes down to our own beliefs. Now, the retrograde is going through your 12th house, Venus retrograde, especially for Virgo rising. So there is going to be so much subconscious stuff coming up, so much like subconscious fear. And you're going to really see, wow, this is exactly how I escape. This is how I self-sabotage. This is how I act when I'm triggered. This is how I run away from things. Like I said, it's going to be a very, very reflective time for you from now to around September and even forward, because we have Mercury retrograde at the same time, I think, in Virgo. So it's going to be a lot, but it's going to be very healing, I feel like. But you're going to start to make sense of where these fears have come from, and that is the key to healing. Anything else for Virgo's advice with this healing? Ten of Swords reversed. Why is the Seven of Swords here? Can you clarify the Seven of Swords for Virgo? Queen of Cups reverse. Okay. So yeah, it definitely gives me a feeling of like running, like trying to escape from some type of belief or running from something. And like maybe you've been running for a while and maybe you didn't even know you were trying to avoid something, but it's going to be very clear like what you've been trying to avoid, what you've been running from. And that clarity comes in and where you're emotionally disconnected, where you need to be more connected to your body, connected to your emotions, connected to other people. And, where you keep getting stuck, like you just keep hitting a wall. You get past a certain level, can't get to level 2, or you get to level 2, can't get to level 3, whatever. And whatever dynamic it is, whatever karmic situations just keep repeating, you can't get past it. You can't get over that hump. And whatever that hump is for you in your life and your situations that seem to happen over and over and over, it has to do with something that you have to change your mindset or your behaviors in regards to. And that is what's going to be made very clear for you. But it's something likely to do with your past, your upbringing, your trauma, something that's not healed mentally within you that you are running from or trying to avoid. And it's coming up so you can face it, and then you'll be set free. You don't have to keep going backwards and spinning, in purgatory. So that's what we got for you, Virgo. Very kind of like hard to grasp reading at first, but I think I got it. Okay, so let me know if that resonates for you. If this reading resonated for you, please let me know down in the comments down below. Like, comment, share, and subscribe so the channel can thrive. And don't forget to subscribe to the Patreon for more exclusive and early access content. I am at Tarot by Bronx on everything.